Alright, so to recap, what do you really need to make good videos for YouTube or another video sharing site? First, the equipment. You need a good camera, like the one that I have. Something that does 720p at least, so that way you have the option of doing HD if you want. You're going to definitely want extra batteries, extra memory cards, especially if you're going to be playing for more than just a couple of minutes. For me, like I said, I've played up to 8 to 12 hours straight based off of 5 batteries and 3 memory cards. What else do you need? You're going to need a tripod to keep your camera steady so that you can position it in front of your TV. You might need a larger tripod for things like video logs and things like that. You're going to need lighting like this lamp that we talked about before. You know, again, basic college lighting. You know, you can get it for cheap pretty much anywhere. Walmart, I'm sure, you know, any of the stores that sell this kind of stuff, Target, and then you just put in higher wattage bulbs for the lighting, but be sure not to leave it on too long. You need a good backdrop, so maybe plain white like the wall. For me, I use something with a little bit more background to it, or you could use a chair as long as you have enough lighting that it looks good. For video games, jeez, man. Ooh. Those 2-for-1 bacon, egg, and cheese Duchess are really getting to me. If you're going to make video game footage, you need the tripod. Again, you can adjust it. If you have a little table, it works. If not, buy a bigger tripod and use that, which is what I used to do. Do your adjustments before you start recording. You know, do your centering, your zooming. Once you get that, then you can mess around with your different scene modes. Gee, does the color look good? And remember to do that in gameplay. In a game like a screen like this that's made to be tested. Don't do it on a main menu where it says press start or anything like that. Typically the menus don't reflect the normal gameplay brightness or anything like that. So go to a screen like this, adjust your brightness, your settings, your scene mode. Try to do your in-game brightness if the game gives you the option, like this game did, to adjust the brightness. Do it in-game. If you need to do anything like your just scan, your 16:9 aspect ratios, do that on your TV first to make sure the screen is filled out properly. Then if you need additional brightness adjustment, go ahead and do it on your TV. Make sure you have the optimal settings. Audio, remember, can be hit or miss depending on what game. Every game has different, loudness to it. Some games are extremely loud, some games are low, and so I usually apologize whenever I start a new game because I have no clue how loud the volume's going to be. So be prepared to adjust that on the fly. Remember that when you have your camera here, that you're talking at your TV. You don't talk to the camera, you talk at the TV, and then your voice will catch from behind. As your voice passes by your camera, it'll be caught by your microphone, but it's being projected at the TV. So that way, your voice will sound loud, and your game footage audio from the front will come at the camera, won't be muffled either. If you're like this and you're right next to the camera and you're talking into the camera like that, they probably won't be able to hear anything that's going on in the actual gameplay, so you want to be careful about that. And then remember, once you have your raw video files, you can go right over to your computer, use a simple adapter like I use to load it onto the PC. Some of these PCs actually already have the adapter built in. That's an added plus if you don't have to buy the adapter. In my case, mine did not have a memory card reader, so I had to go buy one. Go ahead, load the raw footage. Again, I recommend take the raw file, load it onto your hard drive before you do anything because you don't want to try to upload the video straight from the memory card. It'll take forever. Once it's on your hard drive, you can go straight to YouTube and you can upload the video through their uploader. You can upload more than one video if you want to by selecting them and then just loading all the different description data and such and so forth. Once the video is on YouTube, remember, there's different processing levels. It's going to take a while, first of all, for your video to show up, probably up to an hour. After that, it's going to look like crap for a while. Better quality videos will show up over time. Remember, it takes some time, and it's up to YouTube. Like I said, my HD videos have taken up to 5 hours to show up. I don't understand what the holdup is, but that's YouTube's problem, not mine. Once it's on YouTube, you're good for the most part. But sometimes before you upload, you might want to go ahead and do some video editing. The program I use is called AVS Video Editor. And I use that microphone, which is called the M-Audio Producer USB. Just as a reminder, my camera is the Sony DSC-W290. It is last year's model, so I would even doubt you'd be able to find it if you went to a retail store. But if you want the specific camera, I'm sure it's available online for a pretty low price. I bought this camera a year ago for $250. I can imagine this thing must be El Cheapo right now because everyone's probably going out and buying better models. One other thing I want to warn you of, and this is like my final thought. Always be wary of new technology, and here's why I say that. I'm sure that the moment that HD videos became available on YouTube, everyone rushed out to use them and immediately were disappointed, because what I found, and everyone asked me this will be my final thing about YouTube, videos on YouTube, HD videos, are treated differently than regular videos. For example, when I upload an HD video, within the first 24 hours that video is on YouTube, that video will only say it has 300 and something views, and then it will stop counting the views. And it's ludicrous because it's not just me, it's everyone. Which, I mean, we're talking Shane Dawson, we're talking Nigga Higa, anyone that does HD video. When we upload our videos, we know that within the first 24 hours, we're getting way more than 300 views. But YouTube, for whatever reason, for HD video, has this weird bug that locks you in at 300 views. In addition, HD videos have had problems. For example, there have been bugs that basically made it unable to upload HD video. We try it and it just doesn't work. It fails out. We've also tried, we upload it and then the views have locked for more than a day at 300 views. I remember there was one day, and I made a video about this, I believe it was in the fall, that Shane Dawson and I and, all these people who put videos up, and we get 20, 30, 40,000 views within, 12 hours. All of our videos for like 3 days said they only had 300 views. And we're like, what the fuck? So be very wary when you're doing new technology. There's always going to be problems with it. And the reason I really want to warn you is I've seen a lot of cameras this year that say that they do 1080p, which is the full, the highest quality HD camera you can get right now. And here's why I want to warn you that there's 2 reasons. The first reason is this. Actually, I shouldn't show you this. I should show you this, because you're going to say, what the hell? Let me see if I can get some good lighting here. This is the back of the box for Heavy Rain. Now keep in mind, Heavy Rain has some of the best graphics of any game in a very long time. What it says right there on the back, which, no, I knew it, you can't read it. But what it says right there in red that's completely illegible, it says HD video output, 720p. And you say, what the fuck, 720p? And then you go to other games and you'll say, okay, well, let me look at the back of a game like Modern Warfare 2 and see what that says. And this is going to be funny. This is probably completely illegible. Yeah, it is. It says HD TV right there, 1080p. And you say, whoa, Modern Warfare 2 is 1080p, but Heavy Rain's only 720p? And here's the answer. Absolutely not. That's a fucking blatant lie. There are certain game makers that are lying about the resolution of their games. All games right now are made at 720p. Period. I'm telling you. Period. Despite what anyone tells you, the games are created in 720p. Any game that says it's 1080p is lying to you. What happens is when you put the game into your system, the system artificially enhances the video to make it try to look slightly better than 720p. It's just like if you put a standard DVD into your PlayStation 3 and you tell it to upscale it. It tries to make the video look like it's 720p or 1080p. It looks slightly better, but it definitely doesn't look as good as a Blu-ray disc over here. It looks like, a slightly enhanced regular DVD. Well, that's the same idea with these games. The game makers make them in 720p. Some of these game makers are falsely advertising their games as 1080p on the back of their boxes, so people run out and think, oh wow, it's 1080p, and it's really not. You're really getting a 720p game that's artificially being enhanced to say it's 1080p. So be very careful, because I know a lot of people are going to run out this year and try to buy 1080p cameras saying, oh, I need 1080p because my game is 1080p and I want to get full quality. The truth of the matter is no games are in 1080p right now. And so really, you're paying for a product that does full quality, and it really isn't any better than 720p. It's going to look just as good. And the other thing is YouTube, remember, just started supporting 1080p. I can almost guarantee you that there are problems with 1080p videos right now on YouTube. Now, I don't know, because I'm still using my 720p camera, and until there's a reason for me to go to 1080p, like if these games really do genuinely start using it, then maybe I'll look to invest. But I'm not going to waste my time jumping onto this new technology when I know for a fact that no games are using it, and YouTube probably is going to fuck up with these videos from the get-go, like they always do. But what can you say? That's how technology works. So anyway, I'm DSP. I hope you've enjoyed this video series. It's been almost 2 hours of me recording, so I'm a little tired. But I've covered pretty much every aspect of what I do when I record my videos. Some other tips might be to turn off your cell phone and house phone. However, I rarely do that. but sometimes it does annoy me and sometimes it doesn't. But obviously it does the no-brainer. Arrange your recording times for times when people aren't just going to randomly show up or barge in. Unfortunately, sometimes that does happen, but what can you do? And overall, just enjoy what you're doing. Don't treat it like it's a job or it's something that you really are. It's a business or something you're getting paid for. Treat it like something you're having fun with. Play the game, enjoy it, and that's how you're really going to get the most out of the experience. A lot of people say, how do you do it, Phil? How do you spend so much time doing it? It's because I would have done it anyway. I enjoy doing it, and then you get the enjoyment out of it because you see me enjoying the game. So I hope this series has taught you a lot, and I will see you later.